Hey everyone, it's Chaitni. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about something that really isn't easy to talk about or isn't easy to admit, but something that all of us suffer from in silence. Either we've been through phases of this or we're still in the phase, and that is, what do you do when you just don't like your body? So when we talk about this today, it's not going to be in that Instagram positive way. It's really going to be about the pain, the shame, feeling inadequate, feeling frustrated, and really addressing those feelings when you are just tired of fighting with yourself and fighting with the body that you have. So here's the thing. Disliking your body isn't just about the weight, or it isn't just about how you look in pictures. It is much deeper than that, and it actually shows up in other ways. And it's really about how you eat, or how much you push yourself to work out to keep that guilt or that shame at bay. You know, those really extreme workouts. It's really about how you say no to things or don't say no to things. It's really about the kind of self-talk that you have, where you're really constantly criticizing yourself instead of embracing self-compassion. So when you don't like your body, it doesn't always come from a place of the weight that you carry or really the appearance that you have, but it translates into your habits, into your lifestyle, and into the decisions that you make. You know, it's that recurring background noise of, I can't wear that, there's no way I can look like that, or I should be able to fix myself by now. Or that, background noise of, when will things ever get better for me and my body? So it sounds different with different people, but it really translates to a lot of self-criticism, feeling frustrated, and experiencing hopelessness. You know, how many of you have had this thought about, I need to fix myself before I can be happy? You know, when I fit into that dress, or when I get to a certain weight goal, that's when I'll really be happy. And when you get there, you're not necessarily happy. So this is some of the noise that you need to filter out. And why does any of this matter? Because when so much is tied to the results, to that appearance, to that goal weight, it kind of takes the joy out of getting there. You know, you never really learn the tricks or the tools or the new habits or a new way of thinking that you can develop to get to that point, because all you're concerned about is getting to that end result. And so much of your worth is tied to that final appearance, to that final weight goal, that you forget the process in its entirety. And it's really about just getting to the finish line instead of how you get to the finish line, and then using those tools for the next time that you need to get to the finish line. So this kind of thinking where you just don't like your body, it becomes more about being in survival mode instead of being in a place where you're actually evolving and you're growing and being a better version of yourself. So first things first, you need to become aware of what this is doing to you. So awareness is not the solution, but awareness is that first step before you can start implementing some solutions into your life. So what I would say is, start getting curious and start inquiring about why you don't like your body. You know, is it some message that you've gotten over and over again? Is it some comment that somebody's made? Is it something from your childhood? Is it cultural? You know, in a lot of cultures, you need to look a certain way, especially as a woman, to be considered attractive. So what is it? Where is this dislike coming from? I promise you, you were not born with this dislike. So you have been exposed to it by society, by people's comments or conditioning, or any kind of trauma that you've been through. So start to look into that. You may not get an answer right away. That's okay. Do some digging and try to find the answer. And I would say, once you think of some answers, write them down. Don't just keep them in your head. So put pen to paper and write down some of this, and then start to really think about it. Also start becoming aware of your inner dialogue when it comes to your body. You know, do you even look in the mirror? Do you like to see your body? And when you do see your body in the mirror, What are you telling yourself? What are some things that you are hearing about your body? You know, what is the message that you are sending yourself about your own body? So all of this matters. Do some of this research, think about it. It may take a while, that's okay. What I would say is don't rush to fix this, to fix, you know, whatever relationship you have with your body. Instead, just go slow and get curious and get this part down. Okay, so let's get practical. These are some practical tools that you can implement. Number one is start to disrupt the inner bully, because that's really what it is. That inner critic is your inner bully. So the next time you say something mean to yourself about your body, just out loud tell yourself, this is not helpful. You know, thank you, inner critic. I know you're trying to help me, but this is not helpful and it's not leading to the change that I want to see. Instead, rephrase what you said and ask yourself, you know, what is a more neutral or kinder way of getting yourself to like your body? You know, do you always have to be mean to it? So disrupt that inner bully, start to question it. And like I said, do it out loud. You know, just say that this is not helpful. This is not helping you move forward. And maybe the best thing you can say on a given day, which when it isn't a great day for you or your body, is, this is my body and I'm learning to take care of it. And you know, it's pretty neutral, and it's definitely not mean. So that might be a phrase that you want to say on a more regular basis the next time you realize that you're being a bully to your own body. Number two is nourish instead of punish. So a lot of times, you know, we react to our body changing with a lot of shame, a lot of criticism, and we end up going to extremes, which, yeah, are quick fixes, but they don't do much for us in the long term. So going on that detox diet or going on a liquid only diet for 7 days, it'll get you the results, but it's not necessarily addressing the relationship that you have with your body. So again, ask yourself two questions. One is, what has changed? You know, if you're seeing some changes in your body, get curious about what is different. You know, have some of your habits changed? Do you have a different schedule? Are you in a new relationship? Has a relationship ended? What in your life has changed? And think about everything. You know, it could be your career, it could be your social support, it could be a move, it could be finances. I mean, so many things have an impact on how you treat your body and how you decide to do what you wish to do with your body, you know, whether that's movement or that's food. So think about those changes. And then number two is, instead of you know, restricting and depriving your body, start adding. So okay, you want to have, you know, those flaming hot Cheetos, that's my go-to. Have the flaming hot Cheetos, but maybe you can add a little bit of protein to that before you get into the hot Cheetos. Or maybe you can start drinking a little bit more water, or maybe you can start taking the stairs instead of the elevator. So add a few changes that are positive instead of completely taking away what is not really serving you. But for that, again, you have to have that concept that, you know, let's nourish and let's not punish our body. Okay, number three, I'm going to sound like a motivational speaker here, but don't wait to live your life. Go wear that dress if you want to wear it. You know, go take that picture, go travel, go do the things that you want to do. Action is what leads to confidence. The more you do this, the more you will probably find the motivation and the confidence to keep getting better and to keep working on yourself. When you hide and when you say no and when you basically live a very small life, it's even harder to make the change that you want to make. So it's something small, something that's easy to do, you know, maybe it's just taking a selfie every day, but take that picture and wear those outfits and do the things that you want to do that you think you'll only be able to do once you get to a certain weight or once you see a certain kind of change in your appearance. Lastly, make body trust a daily practice. So how do you build trust? Through care and attention and kind words and just being really supportive. Are you doing that right now with your body? Probably not if you're listening to this video and you just don't like your body. So start with this practice. You know, maybe it's journaling one kind thing about your body on a regular basis, or maybe it's asking yourself, what does my body need right now? Not what it should do. It's really about need. It could be rest, it could be nourishment, it could be a hug. whatever it is, just ask that question genuinely without putting should into the picture. It's not about what your body should do or shouldn't do. It's really about what does your body need, and then making it available for your body to the best of your ability. So do this on a regular basis. Maybe it's a little post-it note that you put somewhere that you look at regularly every single day. And the question is, what does my body need today, not what it should do? And that might get you thinking about what you really need. And you will see eventually you start to build that trust with your body. You start to understand your body a little bit more, and you learn to be kinder to your body. And that pretty much wraps it up. I get it. You're tired, you're frustrated, you've tried a million things and they haven't always worked out. And this is a very exhausting process, and it's really difficult to have this kind of relationship with your body. But start with something small. Pick one of the tools that I've given you and start from there. It's not the story that you were born with. So this is a story that you have acquired or that you have been force-fed. So know that you can always change the story. You can change the narrative. You just have to be really gentle with yourself and be aware that it's time to change it. And just one piece of news is that this is one of my last videos on YouTube for now. I've loved creating content where we talk about healing, about growing, one step at a time, and really having this real talk kind of conversation. This is not the end. I might be back, but for now I'm just taking a little bit of a break. You can always keep in touch with me. You can follow me on Instagram at imperfectbodies by C Modi, or just drop me a comment and let me know what you think about the videos, and just drop me a comment letting me know you want to keep in touch, and I'll send you my information. But plenty of ways to keep in touch with me. In the meantime, take really good care of your body because it's doing the best that it can, and so are you, and that's what matters the most. And I will see you here hopefully very soon. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.